And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Memphis Grizzlies here in FedEx Forum. Here with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Miles Turner.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The small and power forwards are Kuzma and Antetokounmpo. Rollins is out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Portis in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for the Grizzlies, Santi Aldama is out there with Zach Edey. Then there's Wells. Then it's Morant. And it's Coward in at the 2. And you look across the NBA landscape, Stan, a lot of turnover in the summer.
Yeah, Kevin, it takes a few weeks just to get used to seeing coaches and players in different spots around the league. And it'll take some time for those players and coaches to adjust as well.
And Morant throws it down.
Yeah, when Morant gets a step to the hoop, he's looking to drop the hammer on you.
Here's Rollins. Antetokounmpo looking it over. And the chink by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis doing his best Kyrie impression. Man, that was something.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. Here's Coward, covered by Rollins. Yep, that one goes. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Rollins with the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Yeah, so tough to knock Morant off balance, and he's so talented at keeping his focus on the basket.
And if you look at what he's done over the last few years, Greg, is Giannis still getting better?
The numbers say yes. Field goal percentage, points per game. He's still a double-digit rebounder, an all-time great breaking new ground. Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Here's Coward, covered by Rollins, and stolen by Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
How do you even come up with something like that? Giannis is an artist.
Up top, Morant, guarded by Porter. Edey. Milwaukee with the rebound. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
Yeah, look, when your best players can't stay on the floor, that's a problem. It puts your team in a really difficult position to win.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. It's sent back by Edey. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 4. And the dunk by Edey.
You know, it's funny, but young Zach Edey has already established himself as one of the best offensive rebounders in this league.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I was able to talk with Memphis' head coach for a minute. I brought up Giannis Antetokounmpo and how effective a scorer he is, and coach told me, well, when he gets into the lane, he's very tough to guard. For us, it's about forcing him into longer and ideally contested jumpers. That's what I want us to do. We'll see if they're able to accomplish this. Guys, back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie.
Yeah, and once Morant takes off like that, the defense has to know what's coming next.
For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And the basket is good. Morant's got 8 points.
Well, he's been hot out of the gates, 4 for 5, and he might.
Wow, hammering it in.
Look out. Well, when he gets going on the dribble, no one can stop Giannis. He's just too much.
And the Grizzlies choosing to move forward with Coach Isolo to head their program. Stan after he took over as interim head coach late last season.
Yeah, the first Finnish-born head coach in the NBA. He was a rising star coaching in Europe, now trying his hand in the best league on the planet.
There's Giannis, following the basket by John Morant. Here's Porter, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Driving the lane, boom, he jams it straight down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed, he is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Got that one up quick. He's got 10.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Coward. Uses both hands to slam it down.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Wells grabs the miss.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
11 feet away, and that one's good. Coward.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
The Bucks trail. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Porter finds Antetokounmpo. The 11-footer. That shot off.
Well, credit the defense there. Bothered him enough that he couldn't get it to go down.
Count that bucket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now, Giannis. 10 points for him. Portis the screen. Just 3 on the clock, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up the teammates.
John Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for Memphis. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Right back after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Harris is out there with Gary Trent. Then it's Turner. Then there's Prince. And it's Jang in at the 4 spot. Jerome against Harris. That one goes. Count it. Jerome's got the lead up to 5 now for the Grizzlies.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside Turner. Over Clark. From deep, Prince. Turner, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, excellent work on the offensive glass. Turner punishing the defense for not boxing him out.
To the paint. Here's Clark, and it's Clark slamming it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here's Trent. Turner with the screen for Trent. And the 3 off target.
Well, defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. Well, the Bucs want to capitalize on their bigs. Coach Doc Rivers said, one advantage we have is our size, and the slower the game gets, the bigger we get. So taking opponents out of transition, making it a half-court game, allows us to be a big basketball team. Back to you, Kevin.
Leveraging all that size. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. A different look for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Jay. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Taurean Prince. And Rollins subbed in for Gary Harris. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. To the right side. Here's Rollins. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Rollins got his second basket of the night.
One of the best playmakers in the game. Giannis with the assist. He can pile those up.
And Stan, you remember this past summer, the story was, will the Bucks or will they not trade Giannis?
It's tough to carry on business as usual with all those clouds swirling. We know how loyal he's been, but questions remain about his ability to compete for a title in Milwaukee.
For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off the loss to the Rockets. It's Morant with the drop. And then Morant slams it in.
Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
Bucks trail by 7. Rollins the pass to Antetokounmpo. Left side, Turner. Pass to Rollins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. The Grizzlies pull it in. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Count it, good. And it's a 9-point Grizzly lead.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Rollins against Morant. A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Drills it from outside. Giannis has got 5 points now this quarter. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Some changes here for the Grizzlies. Edey's checked in for Clark. And Santi Aldama subbed in for Jackson. Milwaukee also making some changes. Portis comes in for Turner. And Porter subbed in for Trent. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yeah, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Here is Porter, following the basket by John Morant. Kuzma outside. On the wing, Giannis. Back to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Porter against Morant. Here's Coward. three-pointers off the mark. So for the Bucks, their last game, a loss to the Rockets in Houston. Kuzma can't get it to go.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Bucks trail by 6. You know, Stan, there are so many things to like about Giannis Antetokounmpo's game. What sticks out most for you?
Well, look, I think, Kevin, most fans are going to say what sticks out is the obvious, his size and his athletic ability. But to me, what really stands out is the energy and intensity he brings on a nightly basis. As much or more than any star in this league, you can count on him every night to play as hard as anyone on the floor.
Here's Porter. Grizzlies making the shot. Antetokounmpo, no good. Here's Coward. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Kuzma outside. Here's Rollins. Here's Giannis.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
To the inside, Portis. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Now just a 5-point Grizzly lead. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for Memphis. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly.
Good to be with you for halftime. Let's check in on the NBA action coming up later tonight. And swerving off topic for a moment, since this is the halftime show, I was just wondering, what was halftime like in the locker room back when you guys were playing?
I would never be checking my stats and figure out if I'm close to a double-double or not. That's something I would never do.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out if he's close to the double-double. He didn't know if it was rebounds and points early or a cheeseburger.
I'm talking about the cheeseburger. What are you talking about, Kenny?
And looking back on that first half, it certainly hasn't gone as planned for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Playing for one another. The phrase gets overused, but tonight it's right.
Hey, we should try a harmony.
Let's do it.
Playing for one
another. The phrase is overused. Kenny, get on beat.
But tonight, it's right.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
We've got Morant. Jalen Wells is out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Edey. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And it's Porter with the ball for the Bucks. It's a 5-point game. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis, is Ja Morant. But his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you.
That evens the score.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
And one of those guys who fell in the draft the year he came out due to injury. Porter healed up and has taken the lead by storm.
Not only is he putting up the numbers, but he's doing it at a very efficient rate, exactly when his team needs it.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Giannis Antetokounmpo is embracing his emotional leadership role. He said, before I was really serious and quiet, now I'm more vocal, smiling, having fun. It carries over. I love to lead by example, but I know that my voice carries a lot of weight. Guys?
It sure does. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report.
And here we get a chance to check out the story on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Great showing for him last season. Second in scoring, and he was such a reliable option offensively, finishing in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And seeing what he did last year, just blowing up the defensive schemes designed to keep him under control, man. As you said, second best scorer in the league. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Milwaukee with the ball. Grizzlies making the shot, and Giannis gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Coward, 15 points in the game. A three ball, drops in the tray. Coward's got 18 points in the game. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 25.
Great use of the pick by Antetokounmpo. Reading the game and getting the hoop.
Here's Morant. And Morant throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that. Puts so much pressure on the defense.
And he drives in, and Aldama slams it in.
Rumbling down the lane, probably wise to stay out of Aldama's way.
The electric Ja Morant, the leader of this team, Stan. What's his focus need to be going forward?
Well, look, Kevin, I think
There's Giannis. Look out below.
great timing. Giannis able to complete the oop.
Morant drives in, and he goes right over Kyle Kuzma and slams it down.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Edie with the steal. Over to the left wing. Here's Wells. A three-pointer, no good. For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Giannis kicks to Porter. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist.
Timeout.
Antetokounmpo's got 6 assists in the game. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. On your feet, man. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. And it's Ty Jerome in for Ja Morant. Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Bucks. Jen comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo as we approach the fourth quarter. Still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Porter against Jerome. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 10 points in just the second half.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And Wells the bucket on the assist from Jackson. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
That one good for 2. Jang's got the game tied up here for the Bucks. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And stolen by Jang, and up the court come the Bucks on the break. That one wide left. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Memphis moving that ball around. Jang against Jerome. 6 to shoot. Fires from 18. And another basket for Memphis.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Grizzlies lead by 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter, Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Gary Trent is out there with Taurean Prince, and it's Jang in at the 3 spot. Here's Giannis. Rebounded by Jackson. Memphis leading. Here's Morant. Look out!
Look out! Goodness, that is an outstanding finish. Yeah, Morant uses his incredible body control to work through that contact.
And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T connected cam. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Jang with a clean look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Can't convert the two-handed jam.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to have back. Those are the opportunities you have to convert.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
Santi Aldama's checked in for Memphis. Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Memphis.
Well, the mid-range has been open for them, so you've got to take what the defense gives, and that's been a great attack in this situation.
And tonight we've also seen a lot of great play from them inside. They've been consistent in terms of attacking the interior of this D.
Loving the skill Trent has inside. Just finding a crack in the armor to get the bucket.
Timeout called by Coach Isolo. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Memphis' head coach had some words for his team over the break. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. Trent finds Giannis. Back to Trent. Launches it. Kicks it out to Prince. Portis, a screen on Jerome. Trent, that's a two-pointer. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Inside. Aldama inside. Covered by Giannis. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. A different look for Milwaukee. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Jang. Rollins comes in for Taurean Prince. And Porter subbed in for Trent. Pass to Rollins. Back to Porter. Right side, Antetokounmpo. Corner shot. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Antetokounmpo's got 12 points in just the second half. Here's Morant. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
In recent seasons, availability has been a problem for John Morant. Greg, dig into that a little bit.
From a league suspension to multiple injuries, Morant has missed a significant amount of time.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. He's a true scoring machine. Antetokounmpo never stops attacking. He is just relentless.
Layup, no good. Bucks trail by 5. Now Portis. It's sent back by Eden.
At the rim, Edie's the guy you have to get past. No chance there. Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach. Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Antetokounmpo outside. Kyle Kuzma. Portis, and there's the dunk.
Well, look, Portis has made a living out of staying active on the glass. Well, this is what he does. When you need him to come through, he answers the call.
Morant pulls the trigger, buries the jumper.
Well, you wonder why we're seeing so many points tonight. Just look at the D.
Not a lot of resistance, and trying to just outscore other teams, generally not the best recipe for long-term success. Count it! Yeah, when Portis gets the ball down there, he goes to work. Bobby has a nice blend of touch and sound.
Morant into the lane, rips it down with 2 hands.
Well, Morant's built to go and showing what he's made of here in the clutch.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 4-point game. Using his size, Giannis.
And as a coach, it's such a luxury to have a player like Giannis, someone you can always rely on.
And the shot will go down.
And this is why Morant gets paid the big bucks, to knock down clutch shots like this.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
Big moment, get it to your big player. Giannis with a huge basket.
Now Edie. Wells. And stolen by Kuzma. Now Portis to tie it up. And it misses.
Well, the defense just dared it to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Morant downhill. Oh, the slam dunk.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. In the post, Edie on him. It's off target, and now we've got the intentional foul. And that's an intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line, and he adds some cushion to their lead.
Morant there for the rebound. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called, the Bucks. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Portis. He's off from 3. Memphis with the ball. Well, this one is winding down now. Memphis can watch the clock run out.
That's good.
At the line for one.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
And Porter out of the rafters. He punched it in.
Are you kidding me?
Morant takes it inside. So it's Memphis picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Ja Morant.